Hi. My name is Ali Girl, and I'm coming to you from Alors Productions to give you a little lore video and a couple of theories about Spoke's latest video in the Unstable universe. This is my first ever video with audio, and my first Unstable theory video, so please don't blame me if I stumble over my words. And anyway, let's get right into it. For a recap, I think that no one explains it better than Spoke himself, so here's the introduction of his latest video.
Hidden deep inside our server's end dimension, 1,000 players under my command are about to build Minecraft's most advanced civilization. With thousands of elite soldiers and weapons of mass destruction, my goal was simple: conquer the entire end dimension. You see, just 1 month ago, I had won the war of the Purgatory prison, freeing all of the prisoners who were once held captive. Because of my victory, I was able to acquire an army of my own, the soldiers of Null.
As Spoke explained, he was now the leader of Null. He then took his new army to the End Dimension, where Null, with the help of Jamato P's Wither Cannon, managed to conquer the entire dimension. What I want to focus on, though, is the very last scene of the video. I'll roll the clip.
By now, I know his army's on the way back. I don't have time to seal this off again. He's going to the overworld, and I can't stop him. There's someone out there I can find who can help me.
So, as you can see, Minute was going back to the overworld to get some help. But from who? That question has been floating around ever since the video was posted, and is also the main topic of this theory video. The main options for who Minute is going to get are Wemmbu, FlameFrags, and Ash. I personally think that one stands out as the answer. Before I tell you my opinion, please subscribe to Alors Productions. This is my first ever Unstable theory video, and even just a like would make my day. Anyway, back to the video. First, let's look at Flame. The main reason for Flame being an option is that he is a combat master and arguably the strongest fighter in all of Unstable. But other than that, I don't really see any reason for this to be who Minute goes and get. They aren't really good friends, and were only briefly allied against the Law in Season 2. Then there's Wemmbu. He pretty much has everything that Flame was lacking in. A good friendship with Minute, that is. Unlike Flame, Wemmbu has never been on the opposite side of conflict to Minute, and they seem to trust each other fairly good. So, that eliminates Flame from the competition, making Wemmbu the next best. But then there's Ash. Ash is slightly different to the others because he and Minute are not at all friends. They're enemies. But I truly believe that this is who he will get. And here's my evidence. To understand why I think that Ash is the best option, you first have to understand Ash and Spoke's history together. It was Spoke who defeated the Mafia by breaking all of the Enderpearl stasis chambers. And when he went to go get Ash, Ash said something to him that a lot of people still theorize on today. Here's the clip.
You think I got to this position because I'm special? You think there wasn't a big bad team before me? You don't think there's going to be a big bad team that's going to take over the server after me? This whole thing works in cycles.
No.
Every server. This server is no different. You people are no different.
Rambling.
It's going to happen again. Kill me now. Kill me. I promise you nothing is going to change. There's going to be a bigger team, a worse motive, and all your self-righteousness will be
Ash, whatever
Completely
team you
useless.
think is gonna
You know what?
What?
I
What?
think you're gonna follow down the same path. And to be honest, I don't know why these people even stick by you, why your friends are still here. You guys know he's gonna become worse than me. I got to this position. I started the mafia by taking down something that was bigger than me. I got to the heights that I did, took over the civilizations I did. You think I started that way? You think I wanted to take over civilizations from the start? You think I wanted to do all of this from the start? No. I still think what I did was right, and you think what you're doing is right. And as long as you guys follow down that path, you're just gonna end up just like me. I know you think you're breaking the cycle by sparing me. I know you think you're gonna start something new. You're gonna continue your pursuit of moral righteousness. But as long as you are who you are, Spoke, as long as you are who you are, because I know you more than you think, and I know you more than you know yourself, and I know the server more than anyone else. One day, you're gonna look around, and you're gonna see you've made a mafia of your own. You're gonna see you're surrounded by sycophants and people who will do anything to please you, and all you care about is accruing more and more power and making the team more strong, and you will realize that is exactly what I wanted to do, because that's the best thing for the server. And when you realize that, when you come to your senses, I'll be there. The house is yours, Copper.
The thing that you need to focus on here isn't what Ash was saying, or at least that's not the thing that I'm going to be focused on. There's already plenty of videos out there about exactly what Ash said, but what I'm going to focus on is exactly who was there. And do you know who was there? Minute. Throughout this entire scene, Minute was stood right there with Maypick, listening to every single word that Ash had to say. And I'm fairly sure this is the kind of encounter that he would remember. So let's have a look at what this could mean. So what I think is that because Minute was there watching this entire conversation, he will realise that Ash is going to come back and maybe try to either team with Spoke or defeat Spoke. And now, of course, Minute will want Spoke to be defeated. Not killed, just defeated. So, if he could go get Ash, then Ash could help him to defeat Spoke. Of course, all the other options could do this as well, but I think that Ash could do it the best. Because, little does most people know, Ash actually has a second supply of Enderpearl stasis chambers, guarding the tomb of the Mafia. You might think that this is just to guard the tomb, but actually it could be because he was preparing for this exact moment. This one moment where, now that Spoke has got his own Mafia, Ash could rebuild his and use it to have a big battle of the two giant evil armies of the server, Null versus the Invisible Mafia. This would not only be really cool, but I think it's also quite a very good option for what could happen next. Of course, a lot of people could argue that Ash is just going to come back on his own, so even if this does happen, why would Minute then go and get Ash when he could just go and get Wemmbu to come and fight Spoke, and Ash comes a bit later? Now, this is a good theory, but I feel as if Ash would have already come if he was aware, because Ash is in hiding right now. I mean, last time we saw him, it was at Point Nemo, in one of Spoke's videos. But he might have moved since then. For all we know, he's probably at the Farlands, really, really far out, where no one could ever find him. So how on earth is he going to know about any of this happening? This, of course, could result in the fact that Ash has no idea that Spoke has got Null on his side, so he doesn't know when exactly he's supposed to return, which is why Minute would have to go and get him. And that concludes the video. Of course, there are a lot of holes in this theory, but it is just my personal opinion that I just wanted to share with the internet. Oh, and one final note. If there's like an unstable content creator watching this, like specifically Spoke, because all the clips are from his videos, if you want to take this video down because of copyright or whatever, I am like 100% fine to do that. I'm not really sure about the copyright rules about Unstable. I did a bit of research, but honestly none of it was really that helpful. So if any of this is like you don't want it on the internet or anything, I will like take it down, like literally just like say anything and I will remove it instantly. Okay, bye!